So it's very important for Netflix to make sure that they understand my profile. They understand who I am, what I'm about. Mike talked about context. They know exactly what my context is, what my circles of friends are. And then they take that information, they crunch it, and make sure they personalize the entire experience to my needs, right? They also know that, I have 5 mobile devices in my home. My wife has an iPad, my daughter, has, has her own device. I use the smartphone, and they know, more importantly, where I'm located. So sometimes I'm at the airport, sometimes I'm at home, sometimes and I'm consuming this content in different places, right? So now they've really understood the personification that becomes Praveen, right? And they do all of that in order to deliver the right content at the right time to the right person. And that's what the SMAC stack allows you to do, right? So they've taken, I showed you personalized, the suggestions for you, suggestions by other friends. That's the social aspect. They've now taken mobile, they do a lot of analysis, and then finally they deliver all of this through, I wouldn't be a technologist if I didn't have a slide like this. They would take my technology degree away from me, right, Mike? So, they do all this through the power of the cloud, right? What does the cloud allow you to do? So I'm going to explain to you, everybody talks about the cloud and, it's this infrastructure and Amazon Web Services. Let's try to, I'll try to boil it down very simply. Say you're a business and you're trying to deliver content to other parts of the world, your consumers or your customers, maybe in China, maybe in Japan, maybe in Korea, maybe in South America, right? What the cloud allows you to do is to really deliver that information, that content out to those consumers or customers. The internet is one big cloud. That's all it is. It's one big cloud. It's a mesh of servers and routers that basically provide services, right? And so, you've taken a company like Netflix that puts all of their content, instead of having it on one server, have deployed it into a stream of servers that delivers that content very seamlessly in a fast manner to the end consumer, right? Now here's a couple of things to talk about this particular slide, which is Netflix has a team that is focused on destroying their infrastructure. Can you imagine that? So what they have is they have a bunch of what they call as virtual monkeys. These virtual monkeys go out and they will actually harass the infrastructure. So they'll shut down 15 servers, they'll shut down hundreds of routers. They basically are geared to destroying as much of the Netflix infrastructure as they can possibly get their hands on, right? And what Netflix looks at is how successful are those virtual monkeys, right? And they're not very successful. They used to be very successful initially. They're not very successful anymore, because the cloud gives you the opportunity to basically, if one system goes down, the other system is automatically up. Complete failover capacity, right? And that's the beauty of the cloud, is that you can throw a bunch of stuff at the cloud, doesn't matter, it will, you will never have a server failure, you'll never have a hardware failure, you'll never have a system failure that will impact the quality or the value that you provide to your customers through the web, right? So here's what's happened to Netflix. I wouldn't be a marketer if I didn't show a graph like this, right? Here's what happened. Not surprisingly, guess what? A lot of people are streaming, a lot of people not buying or renting DVDs anymore. Not surprising, right? They've changed the entire business model of their own company through this concept of delivering content when it's needed to the right customer at the right time.